Yes, it's new. Yes, it's coming to a store near you. It's coming to a theater near you. It's blasting into your ear hole, into your eye sockets, into your nose, into every crevice of your body to get inside of you to tell you, yes, this is a new form of entertainment. Yes, you want to spend all of your time here, all of your bloody bucks, pump them into the machine and spit out something fun or whatever idea of fun that you have. Because it's not always puppy dogs and rainbows, okay? Everybody has their own idea of fun. Some people want to probably like work on a car and have the engine smash their skull, all right? That's their idea of fun, you know? Some people want to butcher some meat and cut their hand off, throw that in some bread. I don't know. I don't know what your idea of fun is. That's what I'm trying to say. Some people probably like smelling stinky socks, all right? Doing weird things with them, sleeping with someone's dirty socks. I don't know what your idea of fun, but the new age of streaming has just begun. And I'm really talking about streaming as a whole. I mean, streaming as a generation, almost streaming as a thing, as a force of something that affected mankind, a cultural interest, you know? This discovery of this thing we call streaming. And I know people are like, hey, that's been around for a while now. No, it hasn't been. It hasn't been, man. I think like back in the caveman days, people were sitting there with their little stone wannabe televisions that don't even work, pretending they were streaming video games. You know, pop me behind a little stone frame. Someone will work their hands and I'll pretend I'm pressing buttons. We didn't know what that was. We didn't know what that was. No one knew what that was. Okay? No one no one was connecting to this thing called streaming. We had no idea. It took the world by a storm. In fact, this is what you got to ask yourself. When was the first game stream? Who has the credit of being one of the first game streamers? I guess I didn't research this topic enough. But I don't need to know their name. You're probably gonna go look it up and exit video, aren't you? Yes, you are. But anyways, it's all just begun. And once you realize that, once you come into tune with that, you can see it. You can see it. And what is it going to be? No one knows. I mean, is this phenomenon going to take over the entire entertainment industry? Definitely took out a chunk. But look at it like this, books used to be popular for a reason. Because it was the only way, or one of the only ways you could actually dive into your imagination or into a process that didn't exist in the real world. The power of the imagination. You being able to imagine something and putting it down on paper and being able to say, you know what? This is what's happening in the real world, but I can change it a little bit. And that's what human beings started to do. And then they discovered they could create stuff. And it was probably from this whole idea of God being able to create the universe, which then empowered us to think that there was actually something that existed that could actually have that much power, which implanted the thought into our brain that we could actually do something like that too. So for some reason, we related to this idea in religion that's everywhere and has historically changed us from the inside out. It's pretty much changed our DNA. So, I was thinking about it a little bit like, you know what? You can believe whatever you want, but there are some good people out there, man. And even though you might think they're dumb, whatever, and they think you're disgusting for the way you are, me, I'm not evil. I'm just smart. You know what I mean? Some people get the wrong impression. They think you're some dirty sleazeball or something. No, I'm just a guy, dude. I'm pretty much like an all-American white guy. That doesn't really sound that good. That kind of sounds racist, but I guess if you refer to anybody as white, then I don't know. I don't know what is or isn't anymore, okay? I wasn't trying to go down the old dusty trail of racism, because this has nothing to do with racism. This has to do with mainstream white streamers, mainstream white male streamers who do porn too. No, they're the face of everything. They're the face on the paper towels, toilet paper, dish soap. Well, I don't know about dish soap, but I don't know. You get it. Maybe it wasn't factual information. I was manifesting a fake reality, which proves my point. So, game streaming is an elevated form of gaming, and acting in movies is an elevated form of the imagination process, which kind of deprives from books. Our ability to create these kind of forms of entertainment, to kind of put a show in front of ourselves, to show ourselves something or have something exciting happen, is revolutionary. And the reality is point blank and simple that game streams are taking over the world. And game streams are a new form. And just think about 100 years ago or whatever. Think about in the 1900s when things were happening, and it was kind of the birth of the movie industry. I mean, well, not necessarily, but that was a time where a lot of things took off. We had radio and TV and books. We've had books forever. Yeah, books have been here for a while. Like a guy wrote a book, and then someone else wrote a book, and then there was some guy who could write two books, and then they were writing more, and then guy would write a book in response to all of these books, and it was kind of this crazy mess, almost like the person who made the first internet video, the person who made the first movie, and then more people made it, and more people made it, more people made it, and then what happened? We peaked. It came cemented. We seen all there was to see. We read all the stuff that we needed to read, and now we need to see it. But we already seen it, but we're seeing it in a new way. And that you just see entertainment take on so many shapes anymore. But if you really look at all of the big stars that came out of the gaming industry and streaming, combination of acting and applying your professional entertainers skills, talents with gaming into an ultimate experience. It's a movie and a video game in one. Actually, most of the streams are not cinematically elevated at all. I mean, this is my sleazy attempt at cinematic elevation, and I don't really know if there's much here. Like, what is the net worth of this broadcast thing? This voice session, this voice C-section session I'm putting online. This 2 pennies, 2 pennies in a match with matchbook with one match left in it. Yeah, paying my bills for sure. But that's the crazy thing about it is, think about this. If everybody 100 years ago, everyone had cell phones. Everyone had smartphones, man. Do you know how many people would be pissed off? Do you know how many people are pissed off that anybody and their mom can make a video? Everybody and their mom can stream a video game. And now it's so spread out. I mean, there's not very many that are super successful. There's so many, because the demand comes in where you need a specific type of entertainment. That's why you have 5 billion streamers, all with an average viewership of 2,000 or 100, whatever gets their proteins going. But it is crazy, and it's all just started. And it's a lot to process, it's a lot to take in. There's a lot more going on than I even understand. In fact, I watched my first stream back in 2014. Damn, almost 10 years ago, man. Time's going by too fast. What am I doing here? Why am I spending my time here? That seems so stupid. I should probably be doing something I care about. Oh wait, well, the only thing I care about is doing this because I have hardcore ADHD from being able to post stuff to the internet. Wow. Wow. Anyway, no time for revelation. This is crazy. And it's all just begun.